Hello, and welcome to Top Tips for Independent Living, presented by Independent Living Nova Scotia. I'm Michelle. Today we're going to talk about time management. Time management is a person's ability to set and follow priorities and to schedule things in their life, like arrival times, appointments, breaks at work, and also to stay on task in an efficient manner. Time management can be really challenging and it can affect our lives at work and at home. So let's get started with my top tips for time management. Tip number 1, prioritize. Prioritizing means doing the first thing first. It means knowing what needs to be done and putting items in order of importance or urgency. There are two ways to prioritize. One is by importance. What task is the most important to get done? The second is by time. What task is the most urgent? Here's a matrix that can help you prioritize. Think about what is urgent and important. These things should be done first. Then think about what is urgent but not important, what's not urgent but important, and what's not urgent or not important. These things would come last. Another great tip for prioritizing is making lists. Simply write down everything that needs to be done and put it down in the order that you need to do it in. This will help you determine what needs to be done first, and all you need to do is simply follow your list. Tip number 2, develop a scheduling system. Now, there are many different ways that you can schedule your life, and you need to find the system that works best for you. Here are some examples. A great way to organize your life is with a personal planner. They look like this. Personal planners are really easy to use, and you can find them at most dollar stores or office supply stores. Often they're broken down into 1 hour or half-hour increments for every day of the year, and you can write down important things to do that day in addition to your scheduled activities. Another helpful scheduling system is a calendar. Now, you can use a physical calendar that you hang on your wall at home or at work, or an electronic calendar like the one in your smartphone, or a Google Calendar, for example. Most of us have a smartphone, and all smartphones have a calendar and the ability to set alarms. Alarms and phone reminders can be really helpful tools when there's something really important that you need to remember that day, or to remind you to leave on time for a scheduled appointment. In addition to these, it can also be helpful to have a whiteboard. Whiteboards can be used for all kinds of things. They can be used to write down your lists, important things to do that day, or reminders of upcoming events. Tip number 3, organization and planning. Be prepared. Great time management is all about being prepared for the things that are coming up. Using scheduling tools and prioritizing, as I mentioned in tip 1 and 2, can be really helpful with staying organized. Use these different tools to help you stay on top of the important things in your life, and be sure to check them every day so you know what's coming up and you can plan for them and be prepared. Tip number 4, communicate effectively. Communication is so important in relation to time management. Think about things like letting others know when you'll be late. Oftentimes, we don't take this into consideration, but it can be really important and demonstrate the respect we have for other people's times, just to let people know with a quick text message or phone call if you're running late and they're expecting you to be there at a certain time. Sometimes things go wrong and we can't help this, but letting others know when they're relying on us is really important. Be really clear on your timeline. If someone gives you a task to do, let them know when you think you might be able to accomplish it. This not only helps them plan for their life, but also gives you a timeline so you can stay motivated and stay on task. If you're going to be late to finish that task, definitely be sure to let anyone know who's involved and who it may be affecting. Part of time management is also making sure that you leave time for people who are important to you in your life, whether it's at work with your team or at home with your loved ones. Make sure you set aside time every day to spend time with those who are important to you, catch up on their lives, and be there for them if they need you. Time management is about respecting the time of others just as much as you respect your own time. Have self-awareness and stay motivated. You want to remain attentive, focused, and engaged. If you need help staying motivated, check out my top tips for motivation video. Great time management requires a lot of discipline and self-awareness. Do what you need to do to stay alert, focused, and committed to the task at hand. Be aware of what times of day you're most productive. For example, if you're a morning person, you might get the most work done in the mornings. Others might be more productive in the evenings. If you know what times you're most productive, this can be really helpful in scheduling those tasks which need extra dedication, time, and care. Try to notice when you're losing focus and take a break. Switch to a task that's easier, or ask for help. It's okay to take breaks. Make sure you schedule this break time into your day so that you can stay on track and manage your time effectively. Keep yourself on track through regular check-ins with your planner, calendar, or reminders. Whatever scheduling system you use, it's important to check it regularly and update it if you know you're going to need more time or if you're going to finish something sooner than expected. Be sure to communicate these things to anyone who's relevant. Be sure to keep yourself motivated to finish on time. Keep the end in sight and don't forget to reward yourself for a job well done. That's it for this top tip. Thanks for watching.